On this episode of Ask Coach Gallagher, Greg's going to talk about the role of core in terms of a triathlete. And Greg, why is it important for a triathlete to have a strong core in all of swimming, biking, and running?
Oh, core is huge. Core is injury prevention. I mean, you're using so much of your core to swim. Get your rotation properly. You're running. You got to have good, strong upper body core work to keep your form on the bike. You're hunched over those aero bars, and you got to have a strong core and back. And if not, those things will start to fatigue, and eventually they give out. And I know that I've experienced that when my core work has suffered. So.
What kind of exercises would you suggest to new triathletes or even seasoned triathletes to strengthen their core off the bike or out of the water or off the track?
Well, a core set involves a lot of plank. I think plank is huge. You can do front plank, side plank, variables, leg ins and outs, arms up and down. I mean, anything you can do to stress your body more in those positions are going to engage more core muscles, and those core muscles are going to help stabilize you throughout all the events. Swimming, I know when I'm lacking on my core, my swim starts to suffer. You don't have that quick snap in the hips as much. And, on the run, at the 20-mile mark of the run, you haven't got a good core, your body's going to hunch over and your back's going to tighten up. And yeah, it can get miserable. So I try to put core work throughout the whole entire season. It's not an on season, off season. It's all year round.
So give me an example of a core workout in terms of time. Let's say I'm a beginner triathlete and I haven't done any core. Is it a matter of 13 seconds in that push-up position, for 5 times? How long is too long, and what's an appropriate time to start doing core or for each core workout?
Like if you're going to start doing a plank, I mean, start with 15, 20 seconds. Hold each position and then move up from there. I know when I've taken my time off, my times that I'm holding plank are a lot less than they were when I decided to take time off. So yeah, start out with 15 seconds on your forearm. Keep your back flat and your hips up. You don't want to have a high hip. You want your hips all even with your back. You don't let that sag. You start getting a saggy hip, you're going to injure your back. So do that for 15 seconds and then switch to your side. So you're on your side. If you want to get crazy, bring your foot off of your other, so you're kind of like your legs are in a V shape, and then hold that for 15 seconds. Go back to the front for 15. Go to the opposite side for 15. There's a lot of different variables to do it. Stuff on a balance ball is great. Anything that you can do to engage that core and keep it turned on is definitely going to be a must. So.
Are we talking about 5 sets of 15 seconds per position?
The way I do my core is I start with the front and I hold it for, let's say I'm doing mine for a minute, and then I'll do the side one, and I'll do back to the middle, back to the side, and I'll end. So let's say that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of straight planking without stopping. You're just switching your positions. You can do one set of that until you feel comfortable that you want to increase your time. Say you want to go for a minute and a half on each. So I just do one set, but then increase my time every time I do it, trying to make it a little bit longer, trying to put that stress and get those muscles engaged longer and longer.
Would you be doing core workouts in conjunction with your training, or are they during your quote off days?
I try to incorporate core after every run. Use it. You got your cool down, and then you're doing some of your stretching. After you get some of your stretching done, then you're right there. You're already on the ground, sweaty. Let's just do 10 minutes of core work. Some plank, some crunches. I'm not a fan of the behind the head, bend your neck forward, because you start doing that wrong, you're going to tweak your neck. So there's ways to do like crunch, not sit up. That's not going to be detrimental to your back and neck.
All right, if you got a question for Coach Gallagher, use the hashtag AskCoachGallagher on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Dave.